Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna give you my top 7 tips for starting a woodworking business. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to give you 7 tips to starting your woodworking business. And a lot of people pick the wrong things to focus on when they're starting. And so I really wanted to walk you through, in my personal opinion, from my own personal experience, now having grown a woodworking business to where it's doing upwards of $70,000 plus per month, how to start, how to get started. So I started back in 2017 and I did it completely wrong. I wasted a lot of time, a lot of energy. I'm gonna tell you the things that you should be focusing on when you start your woodworking business. And so number 1, picking what products you want to sell. And so this doesn't need to just be something that you haphazardly think about. It needs to be something that you really think diligently about, because just by simply picking the wrong products, you shoot yourself in the foot from the beginning. Okay, so by picking the right products from the beginning, you set yourself up for success. And so what do I believe are the right and the wrong products? Okay, the right products are high ticket products, things that are $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. The wrong products are little knickknacks that are $50 here, $25 here, $100 here. And the simple math makes sense. If you're trying to build a big business, let's talk about how many units it's going to take to be produced and sold, and how many customers and how many invoices and how many conversations you're going to have across all these things. And I've used this example before. If you're selling cutting boards and you want to make $10,000 a month, your average cutting board is $100, you have to sell 100 cutting boards a month. That is a lot. That's 3.2 a day. It's not that hard to make 3.2 cutting boards a day, but it is hard to find 100 buyers a month. This is something that a lot of people don't really think about. I would rather have a business where I had to sell less people and deal with less communication, and I had much higher ticket items than having a lot of administrative type work, okay? So let's say to hit your $10,000 a month goal, you got to sell 100 cutting boards at $100 each, right? So you got 100 invoices, 100 conversations, 100 shipping packages. Let's say on the other side of that, you sell high-end dining furniture. Let's say your average set is $2,500. You only have to convert 4 clients. So you go from having to talk to 100 clients to 4 clients to get the same gross revenue in your business that month. And you can build 1 dining table a week. You can pace yourself. You could net $6,500 a month or $7,000 a month off of that if you're handling everything in-house by yourself, okay? So that's what's really important right out of the gate. You gotta figure out, what products do I wanna sell? And then once you figure out what you wanna sell, you need to build your first 1 or 2 different designs to be able to promote it. You need to be able to have your own stuff to promote. That's one of the things inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program that we actually let you kind of skip over. Obviously, you probably need to have some established history. You need to be established. You need to be doing at least $5,000 a month or so in the Woodworking Accelerator program to join the Woodworking Accelerator program. But we also license our photos and videos to you to where you can promote and sell off of our images out of the gate, so that you don't have to build 30 or 40 designs, but you can use our imagery in order to do it. Second thing is you need to establish your brand. Establishing your brand is just establishing your name, your logo, your colors, Facebook page, your Instagram page, your TikTok page, your Google listing. It's establishing your brand. So you need to figure out, who are we? What do we want to be about? What do we want our feel and our look and our aesthetic to look like? This is an important part of starting your business. Now, is it the most important part? No, but it is an important part because you need to put some thought into this. And with that being said, when it comes to naming your business, pick a name that would resonate with the people you're trying to sell to, not just a name that you think is cool. You know, if you're trying to sell custom dining furniture to middle-aged women, you don't want to create a logo that has saw blades and hand planes and stuff in it, right? You want to create a logo that's soft on the eyes, that's going to resonate with your target audience. So name and logo and brand needs to resonate with the people you're selling to. Number 3 is that you need to identify your target market. Obviously, a lot of people could buy our stuff, but typically with the Pareto principle, 80% of your results are going to come from 20% of your effort, right? And it's the same across multiple things. And so with the Pareto principle, 80% of your sales is going to come from 20% of who you could sell to. So in the custom furniture industry, generally speaking, that is middle-aged women between the ages of like 25 and 55 on average. So you need to identify your target audience. Number 4 is you need to identify some marketing strategies. How am I going to get my products in front of those people? That's what you got to figure out. And you need to have a couple different strategies here. You need to have what we call organic strategies, and you need to have paid strategies. Organic is when it just costs you time, it doesn't cost you money. Paid is when it costs you money and costs you just a little bit of time, but it scales based on the money that you spend, right? And so you need to identify your marketing processes. And so the goal when you're starting is you need to talk to a lot of people people. Listen to me, woodworker. If you're only talking to a couple people every month, you're gonna have a tough time scaling. You're gonna have a tough time growing. You're gonna have a tough time getting started. You've got to figure out, how do I talk to 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people a month about my product? And so you can do this by knocking on doors, sending mailers, running Facebook ads, posting on Facebook Marketplace. And the best way to do it is to have a diversified stream of effort that is getting leads from multiple places. Number 5 is you need to create a sales process, okay? You need to have the same process that every single one of your leads walk through. You know, when it comes to quoting your jobs, when it comes to handling their objections, because, you know, you'll tell people prices and they won't like the price. You'll tell them it's gonna take me 6 weeks and they want it in 4 weeks. You're gonna have these objections as you start working with clients, and you need to figure out how to handle those objections and create a process that's dependable and repeatable for you and eventually your team that you're gonna hire to handle your sales. Number 6, you're gonna laugh at me for this. Start building up your tools, your literal tools, right? So there's the business side of things, the thinking, the planning, the strategizing, but then there's also the building, and you do need to get some tools, right? So I started with some just cheap Ryobi drills with a miter saw, a DeWalt miter saw, and have just leveled up from there. You just need to get some tools. And here's the deal. You don't need to go buy Milwaukee and DeWalt everything right out of the gate. Go get some cheap drills. Go get some stuff that's gonna hold you over. I mean, I've had Ryobi drills that have lasted me for 2, 3, 4 years when I'm running them every single day in the shop. You don't have to go overboard on that kind of stuff. That's not the kind of stuff that's going to make you money. The marketing and the sales strategies and the website development and the brand development, that's what's actually going to make you money. You need good tools that are dependable, that aren't going to break every day. But at the end of the day, if you can buy a Ryobi drill for $85 or $90, that's going to last for 2 years. Or you can front $200 on the DeWalt or Milwaukee drill and it's going to last 5 years. Well, you needed that extra $100 to pour back into marketing at this phase in your business. So be smart with your finances, but you're going to need some tools. Just get the basics. And then number 7, last tip, constantly be refining your production process. You know, when I first started, I remember I was using polyurethane for my finish, and it would take like 8 hours for a coat of polyurethane to dry. Well, we made the move to lacquer, and lacquer dries in like 30 minutes, right? That was refining the production process. You know, we were doing all of our sanding with 5-inch DeWalt orbital sanders. Well, we made the move to get Bosch gear-driven sanders to get the majority of the material removed and then pivot to the orbital sanders, right? So it allowed us to move faster. You know, the way that we set up our clamps and the way that we run everything, it's really, really important that you constantly are refining your production processes that allow you to move faster throughout the process. So with that being said, those are my top 7 tips for starting a woodworking business. If you have questions about anything that I mentioned or that I didn't mention, be sure to let me know in the comments below. But if you are trying to gather some more information around strategizing and how to get started, the single best resource that I can tell you or that I can give you is the book that I wrote, the Handmade Business Secrets ebook. The first link in the description below. You can click on that, enter your name, your email, and you can start learning and really gathering some tools in your business tool belt to start getting a strategy in place to help you start and scale your business. So with that being said, guys, love you all. I'll see you in the next one.